Hello and welcome to Hobby Quick. In this episode of Midweek Middle-earth, I'll take you through my first 600 point starter list for Mordor. Now, I'm not particularly well versed in Middle-earth list writing, so whether this is actually a viable army is pretty unlikely. I feel like it could be good. I've got some heroes, lots of bodies, it feels quite thematic, and it's not a net list cheese feast, so with this little ramble out of the way, here we go. To start off with, the list is using a bunch of the plastic Morannon orcs from the Pelennor field set, a resin command upgrade blister from Forge World, and metal models of Shagrat and Gorbag. The Mordor Army special rule is, our enemy is ready, his full strength gathered. Basically, as long as there are more Mordor models on the board than opponents' models, friendly Mordor units get +1 courage and may reroll 1s to wound on strikes. There are 37 models in this list, and we're looking at 600 points, so will that be enough? We'll find out when I get my first game, I suppose. Warband 1 is led by Shagrat. He is equipped with heavy armour, a sword, and the shield of Cirith Ungol. The shield allows him to knock opponents down when he charges, exactly if he were a cavalry model. That's pretty tasty. He has the special rule Blood and Glory, which gives him back a point of might if he kills an enemy hero. We'll have a look at might, will, and fate in another video. Shagrat is supported by 10 Morannon orcs, 5 with shields and swords, and 5 with shields and spears. Essentially, the spear guys support the sword guys from the rear. It's a pretty common setup for infantry units in Middle-earth. You'll see pretty much every army having shield guys at the front, supported by spear guys to the rear. Warband 2 is led by Gorbag. Gorbag has his standard sword and armour and the Orcish Brawler special rule. This means that if he's outnumbered, his fight and attack values are increased by 1. He's supported by 8 Morannon orcs, armed as per Shagrat's in a 4-4 split. I think I'd probably look at putting the Banner Bearer in with either of these guys. The Banner allows a single dice reroll when facing off in a duel, so if Gorbag is outnumbered, you'd probably want him to have the chance of winning a duel to make the most out of his special rule. On to the rest of the command units now. We've got the named guys out of the way, so just into the chaff sort of thing. Warband 3 is led by a Morannon captain. He comes with heavy armour, a sword, and a two-handed weapon. This has a penalty of -1 on your duel roll, but it gives you +1 on your to wound roll. Perhaps situational, but a last gasp effort to take someone out. He could be an absolute beast. He's backed up by 5 Morannon with shields and 4 with shields and spear. Now, we could consider putting the Banner Bearer in here, and we can potentially negate the -1 on the duel roll by having the chance to re-roll a dice. Risk and reward there, I suppose. Warband 4 is led by an Orc Shaman, backed up by 4 Morannon Orcs, 2 with shield and spear. The Shaman is armed with heavy armour, a dagger and a spear. His has the spells Fury and Transfix. Fury allows relevant friendly units within 6 inches to auto-pass a courage test. This is quite important for orcs because they have quite low courage values generally, so that could definitely pay off. Transfix essentially stops the affected enemy model from doing anything in a turn. That could be quite fun and useful if you line up a charge from Shagrat just right, or need your captain with a two-handed weapon to take the first swing in a fight. We'll have a look at heroic actions and magic in greater detail in another video. And finally, we have a drummer all on his lonesome. A drummer can allow friendly units within 12 inches to move an extra 3 inches for that turn. You can't charge off it, but if you're in a race for an objective, that could be a winner. So, looking back at this, I may have taken a few too many keywords, considering I'm new to the game, but the army itself seems like it's going to be easy enough to get into a fight and be good in a fight. I seem like I've got quite a few bodies on there, and there are a few bonuses kicking around to really help boost any fights or combats in my favour. All in all, I'm really looking forward to getting these guys out on the table. I've already got these units built. They're not all painted, but getting them built, I think it's most important now to just get them out on a table, get playing, and see what's what. So yes, guys, if you're new to the game, and you're starting off just like me and you're getting ready for the new edition launch, well, the new starter set launch, drop a comment below. What are you going to be looking at? Is there anything in here that's giving you any ideas? Is there anything in here that you think looks absolutely ridiculous if you're more of a pro at the game, please drop in and let me know. But for now, that's this week's Midweek Middle-earth, and hopefully I'll be back next week with either a game report or some advancements on painting or something, anything. Thank you very much for listening, guys. Please consider subscribing. Bye-bye.